What's a superhero movie? A series of events that contains high-octane action and a supervillain in the climax. Now this storyline used to excite all of us back in 2010. With 2020 coming to an end and having a whole year of pandemic, I think a supervillain is the least of our problems. Building on the same, DC just amazed us with an undeniable and an electrifying true story. Yes, that's true. I'm talking about Wonder Woman 1984. Starring the pretty Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman 1984 is a classic on many levels. Firstly, the movie is more than your regular superhero movie, where the soup fights off the villain to save the day. You know what I mean? Even though the storyline follows the same protocol, it takes a whole different path to climax and keep the audience engaged. Why Wonder Woman 1984 is not your regular superhero movie? In some way it is, but it isn't. Kinda confusing, right? To deliver things differently, I think DC decided to keep this movie as realistic as possible. Real? How? In terms of story, see, every superhero movie explores almost the same parameter, where an evil spirit in some form unleashes its wrath. But when you are fighting something that doesn't have any shape or form, it certainly takes a superhero to, fight it off. Wonder Woman 1984 does have this concept, but in the form of a feeling. There, I said it. Although this may sound like a spoiler, but trust me, I'm not unlocking any secrets of the movie, because you still have to find out which feeling is that. How is Wonder Woman in 1984 different? Well, the question is very interesting because DC has shown for the first time how a soup feels and what does she desires. As an unexplored and an unseen parameter in a superhero movie, our Wonder Woman in 1984 is shown to experience the feelings of humans. Not sharing any spoiler again, but just putting a word out there that our Wonder Woman does desire to have her boyfriend. But what's the cost of having Steve back? Is she ready to face her worst fear? Will she renounce her wishes and fight against her will? These are some of the questions that DC has tried to answer with Wonder Woman 1984. And I must tell you that they have done a pretty amazing job at it. But like anything that's good or great, there lies some disappointment. So what picture does Wonder Woman 1984 paint for you? Usually from a superhero movie, we all expect some kind of action and high octane scenes. Even though there are few included in Wonder Woman 1984, but unfortunately it stands out as the first movie with the least number of such scenes. So yeah, to all those action movie lovers who are expecting some spine-chilling scenes, I would suggest that kindly do not go in there with that. The movie is more about answering the reality of life dipped in situations that only a soup can experience and handle. In a nutshell, the movie does have a few scenes or instances where you will feel a tad bit bored. How? I'm sorry, I'll have to keep the cat in the box here because then you will not feel the real taste of the movie. So, should you watch Wonder Woman 1984? Without any question. You should, because the movie has come to a point where every single person on this planet is fighting the pandemic like a superhuman. And if Wonder Woman can have a hard time struggling with feelings, it certainly becomes a one-time watch. Before you go, here's what I tweeted after watching the movie. Thank you again. Meet you in the next movie review.